So whatever, regardless of what your incompletions may be, dropping everything, just getting up, standing, and jumping into the water, and actually doing what is needed, as beautifully Shri and Atma had shared. What is Swamiji doing? When we're saying we need to be in integrity with Swamiji, fundamentally, what is Swamiji doing? Swamiji is creating the Kailasa nation. So being in integrity with that, doing the same thing, helping Swamiji in creating the Kailasa nation, making the Kailasa nation happen, that automatically puts you in integrity with the master. Swamiji is doing power manifestation, then doing the power manifestation. So Swamiji is just sitting in Upanishad, then doing the Upanishad, sitting and being in the space of Upanishad. As and when what Swamiji is doing, then what is demanded from you, then just being in integrity with Swamiji and what Swamiji is doing, that naturally puts you into space of completion with Swamiji. It is only when we are in a non-action, and when the more and more we sit with ourselves and allow the inner monologue to happen, and allow our own self-doubts and incompletions to consume us, that is when these kind of problems arise. But when you just drop everything and just be action-oriented, focus on, okay, now what I'm supposed to do. What is beautifully, like how Sri Nithyananda himself had shared. Now what, if I'm supposed to present to Swamiji at 9 o'clock in the morning, what will I do now? What is it that all the things which I can update him about? So putting yourself out there on the spot and holding yourself accountable and doing what Swamiji's life mission is, that is a very good way, and that is one of the best ways to get into the space of integrity of the master. Thank you so much, Sri Nithyananda, for your sharing. Next, let's all give a listening to Purushot. Purushot, please go ahead. And what is your take on this question? How, where we fall out of integrity with the master, and how can we bring ourselves more and more integrated with the Guru? Please go ahead.
Nithyananda, we fall out of integrity with the master when we don't do what he says to 100%, to the fullest. It's half, 75%, or we don't do it all. That's when we fall out of integrity. And to bring ourselves back into integrity is do the best to your ability to get to 100%. So in my case, I fall out of integrity at many times, and I keep trying to do my best to get it done. And the best way that we could get back to integrity is seeing ourselves as the child and seeing Swamiji as the parent. That's a very good way to bring ourselves back to the integrity. Thank you, Nithyananda.
So, Sri Nithyananda, what is your take on this? Why do you think is the reason for the non-integrity to start getting formed with the Guru Bhakti and the Master? Please go ahead.
Thank you, Maharaj. Everyone. Yeah, exactly. So that is what is the cause of non-integrity and how to maintain integrity with the Guru and Guru Bhakti. Yeah, so one way to look at incompletion, basically, right? Like all life is part of life. So any cognition that you're not part of life is an incompletion. Life doesn't have a problem with life. It's humans have a problem with life. So anyway, so that's there. So the solution, I would share one of the powerful cognition clicks that I've gotten for a solution is recognizing my root pattern. So I recognized inside of me from, I actually come from a family, we had our parents were divorced when I was about 5 years old. And I had a lot of incompletions about that and self-doubt about it and blamed myself and was afraid to take responsibility because I thought if I got part of something, it would break apart. And we moved to a new city, and so everything changed, and it was kind of traumatic. But anyway, so with Swamiji's grace and blessings of his spiritual ability, I was able to recognize sort of a root cognition that I've seen again and again and again and again coming from that time. is basically impossible. Basically, it's impossible. So anything you put in my space, it can come out as, that's impossible. That's impossible. Like Swamiji even said, sometimes we think even getting out of bed is impossible. Brushing my teeth is impossible. Taking a bath is impossible. So anyway, so recognizing that, okay, that's the cognition that happens unconsciously from the time of 5 years old. Because everyone goes through this breaking process where your basically words and identity overrides your energy and your ego is formed, and those patterns basically control your life. That's why we see everyone, why are you acting like a 5-year-old? You can talk with an 80-year-old man, why are you acting like a 5-year-old? Because between the age of 4 and 7, everyone's ego identity goes through this creation process. So anyway, understanding the root of that through Swamiji's spiritual guidance and initiations, to see that, okay, inside there's an unconscious, powerful cognition of that is impossible. That just happens spontaneously. Good. So I know the root of the issue of my life. So now I know what I have to constantly negate is the constant impression of impossibility that's going to happen. So now anything I want to do, I plan or think or feel and want to make happen, I have to know there's going to be this ridiculous, unfounded, unnecessary cognition of impossible. So that means always be aware there's going to be an impossible, can't do this, won't do it, don't want to, all that, fine. That's not, I don't have to pay attention to that in terms of executing what I want to do. I just need to make the plan and declare and do it. Impossible doesn't matter, it's going to come up again and again, but it's an unconscious pattern from the past. And I need to know that it's been there and is a strongly reoccurring thing. So I know that whenever it comes up, oh, I have to just make a stronger declaration to go beyond it. So that has been really a good click understanding experience that I've gotten. Okay, the impossible pattern is going to be there. I can't get up for early morning yoga. I can't help all these people. I can't listen right now. That's going to be there. Fine. Declare completion and be authentic. So that has been really, really, really powerful. The other short thing I would share about is how to make sure I'm in complete integrity with the Guru. So, I mean, what does it mean to be in integrity, right? It means oneness. So it means, I am Paramashiva, I am the Guru is me. I'm standing with the Guru, I'm living as the Guru. So the best way to do that is to be him, be with him all the time, stand with him all the time, be with him. So go to the Guru. Like in our Sangha, we have the opportunity, so many ways to be involved in life, whether it's the experience of Paramashivoham, which is an ongoing program, to really understand what your life is about, to be part of the world's only Hindu nation, currently a borderless Hindu nation. So you can learn about what it means to set up a spiritual embassy and be a spiritual embassy. So for 8 hours a day, you can be an embassy, you can be a global embassy, run a global embassy for 8 hours a day, whose purpose is to enrich humanity. So what it means is, integrity means oneness, integrity means being integrated. Being integrated to the Guru means being with the Guru, means living with him and as him. Well, what is he doing? He's manifesting Kailasa. So manifesting Kailasa, being in the space of oneness with Swamiji, executing his words is the way. So I just would share the technique is to give yourself an opportunity to stand before Swamiji. And I'm sharing this from a personal level. When I see, there's lots of problems, right? There can be a lot of problems that happen in life. There's very simple solutions. A lot of times we realize we don't want the solution. We want some logic, because there's a lot of direct solutions you can get. And you'll just be like, it doesn't make sense to me. Okay, there's a difference between, does this solution make sense to me, and is this solution a solution? If it's a solution, it doesn't need to make sense. A solution is a solution. So Swamiji gives those all the time through just awareness and initiation. So I would share this technique, an applicable technique that comes from the start of spiritual journey and goes to the end of spiritual journey, and is every part along the way in a spiritual journey. The starting, middle, and end point is always doing what the living master says. So I would share the technique as live your life as though every morning you get to stand before your guru, you're dressed up nicely, and you get to present whatever movements you created yesterday, whatever progress you caused yesterday, and keep that as a practice. Every morning after your yoga and puja and satsang, you go to the guru and you present, Swamiji, this is my update from yesterday. Personally, if I know I'm going to be standing before Swamiji tomorrow and I get to present what I've accomplished, what movements I've made, that to me is the best motivation for me to be authentic. And it doesn't mean that you have to, change the whole world in one day. It just means if I've been authentic to authentically do whatever I authentically feel I can, and then I'm going to the guru again, which is integrity, that's the best way to maintain constant integrity. If I know I'm going to be with the guru, face to face with the guru, being able to present to the guru, give my personal update of, my authentic contribution to humanity in the past 24 hours. Personally, that's the best technique. If I know I get to go in front of Swamiji, I'm going to do everything I can before that time so that when I'm there, I can authentically say, Swamiji, whatever it is, I did nothing, or whatever it is, but it's authentic. So if it's a small amount, it's authentic. It's authentically authentic. I did my best with the time, the space, the understanding I had. I did my best, Swamiji. Here I'm presenting. I'm once again declaring my integrity for the next 24 hours and come back. So you can even do this on an hourly basis if you want to really get some perspective on our lives. So that's what I would share. A lot of it comes from the space of impossibility, which is the incompletion. You can get that clarity through like Paramashivoham program, also being learning to be what is a spiritual embassy, what is reaching out to humanity, and the technique that works for me that is a solution. There might be fear involved in it. It might not make logical sense, but for me, the solution is, hey, Atma, you get to go in front of Swamiji at 9 a.m. tomorrow and present what you did today. To me, that's the solution. That will always make me authentic. So that I would share. Then.